This is The Real Hustle New Recruits. The Hustlers are back, and this time they've brought in 2 new faces to help them with their scams. New recruits Polly and Jazz. Join original hustlers Paul, Jess and Alex. Working together as a team, they'll carry out scams that are more cunning and devious than ever before. On tonight's show, Jazz is a little lost.
Are you expecting a parcel today at all?
Polly shakes on it.
Do, yeah?
And Justin and Colin pick someone's lucky number.
The big cheese in the room is... it's ticket number 3.
The marks in this show have no idea they're being hustled. They agreed the footage could be shown so that you can avoid falling for the same scams. The Hustlers have invited celebrity friends to help them with their scams. They'll be thrown in at the deep end. No training and no practice, just straight in. Today's celebrity guest hustlers are TV presenters and interior decorating experts, Justin and Colin.
We're in a beautiful part of Scotland in front of an absolutely glorious house which I want to own.
You feel instantly to the manor born, don't you? There should be quite an intelligent ruse behind all this. The nice thing about the programme is that it's not nasty, you know, and I think that's why we want to be involved, you know, that it is very, very clever.
I think for me what's exciting about this is the fact that theoretically we can help people that are watching avoid this type of scam, whatever it's going to be.
I like your way of looking at it, actually. We're not scamming. It's a public service we're doing today.
They're about to find out what's expected of them today from the Lord of the Manor.
Hello, welcome.
Good to see you. How are you?
Good to see you. Hi, Colin, step in. Do you like what I've done with the face?
You've got it looking absolutely brilliant.
Yeah?
However, maybe one head too many.
One head too many?
You're looking very Lord of the Manor, very
Well,
dapper.
that's why we're here.
Okay.
So today, the 3 of us will be country gentlemen.
Good stuff.
We are going to put someone in a very tricky situation where we're going to offer them something that's going to be very difficult to refuse. Okay. Let me show you around the place and we'll start scamming.
Grand.
Come on.
It's up the grand stairway to find out more in The Phony Title. There's a gathering happening at this country estate today. This is the Mark. She's been invited to attend, but hasn't been told exactly what the occasion is.
Hi, are you here for the meeting? My name's Susie. What's your name? Claire and Donna. And which one's Kennedy? Lovely. Do you want to just follow me?
Jess takes the Mark and her friend upstairs for the meeting.
Just take a seat on the end, just here. Right, I think everyone's here now. Thank you very much for your patience. And I'm just going to go and get Ian now, then he'll be able to explain everything for you. Okay.
Here comes Alex to explain to the gathered crowd exactly what's going on.
There's everybody. Hello and welcome. Thank you for coming. Before we start, can I ask anybody whose last name is Kennedy to put their hand up? So as you can see, many of you have got the last name of Kennedy, and there's a particular reason for that. One of you might be able to help me here in this room. So all I need from you is just a little bit more details about yourselves. I don't want to get something for nothing, so we've laid on this raffle here, so everybody will leave with something. Thank you so much for giving up your time, and I hope you have a nice, enjoyable afternoon. I'll be over there at the back.
So the Lord of the Manor is looking for someone with a specific personal background. Everyone is asked to fill in a form with their family history.
So it's in as much detail as you possibly can. That'd be brilliant.
It's a bit of an unusual situation, but they'll all get a nice reward from Alex's raffle.
One for you. You're welcome.
But Jess doesn't put the Mark's ticket stub in the bowl. She hides it underneath.
For our raffle draw, we've got our neighbours who are going to be hosting it for us today. So if you want to come on through.
This is where Justin and Colin come in.
Good luck, everyone.
Yeah, good luck with some brilliant prizes in there, incidentally.
They're posing as neighbouring landowners who've agreed to host the raffle.
Obviously, a big Sony flat-screen Bravia television down there.
Jess needs to pass Justin the raffle bowl without anyone seeing the concealed stub underneath. Colin's job is to distract the audience at the crucial moment.
So are we ready to start the prize?
Are we ready? Are you all feeling
There you
lucky? Do we feel lucky?
And there it goes.
Who's the luckiest? You? Oh, I don't know, but you look a bit lucky to me as well.
Now for the raffle. The prizes are pretty impressive.
So the first prize is the 2-week 5-star holiday in Barbados.
Oh! It's ticket 909.
Did you win that? Oh my goodness! Congratulations! Second
Okay,
prize
the second prize is a 200cc scooter plus accessories.
Oh,
There you go.
fantastic. You're going to look like an Italian Panamero.
There you are.
Number 2.
Oh my goodness!
But the next prize doesn't sound quite as exciting.
Okay, so the third prize is the cheese-making weekend for 2 in Shropshire.
That might not sound like an exciting prize, but it's a real kind of procedure to make good cheese, and I don't know if any of you...
It's now down to the guest hustlers to make sure the mark wins the booby prize. Justin slips out the concealed stub from under the vase and hands it to Colin.
The big cheese in the room is... It's ticket number 3.
We have a winner.
It's a good prize. Oh, well done.
Listen, Shropshire is lovely.
It's gorgeous.
Do you like cheese?
The raffle continues.
The 2-week 5-star holiday to New York.
Actually, everyone else in this room is in on the scam.
Ticket number 4.
So you!
The mark has intentionally been given the worst prize to make her feel cheesed off. That way, she'll really appreciate the offer Alex is about to make her.
Thank you so much for doing that. Thank you. Now, is there a Claire Kennedy here? Who's Claire? Claire. Hi. I was wondering if we could have a word next door, because I think you might be able to help us out here. The rest of you, please enjoy your afternoon. I shall leave you in the company of these 3 mad people.
Mad being the right word.
And I'll be sure to come and mingle a little bit later on. But thank you very much for your time. Thank you. Come with me.
Oh, well, you guys must be really happy.
I'm so excited that you came.
The mark follows him through into another room, where she meets Paul, playing Alex's lawyer.
Thank you so much for giving up your time. I hope I've reciprocated that with a cheese tour. But I bought this property and this land about a year ago. If I've bought this whole thing and I'm developing it and I'm pouring money into the infrastructure, it happens to be that because of your background, just you can help me with this.
So Alex is currently the owner of this house and land, but he wants the title of Baron, which goes with it.
And I'll be damned if I don't get everything that comes with it, which is the title as well. So this means a lot to me.
In order to claim his title of Baron, Alex needs the mark's help. His lawyer Paul explains.
Ian requires signatories, people who have titles, to agree to his application to a title. Because of that, we just need someone who can sign a form on his behalf and approve his application.
It's like trying to get a membership to a club, basically. Yeah. It's as simple as that. And you have to be seconded sometimes by people who already hold a membership. It's really as simple as that.
What we need someone to do is to essentially take on a title that exists on the land near here.
So the hustlers need the signature of a lord or lady. And because of her family name, this mark could actually claim the title of Lady of Took, the local area.
Our consultant's telling us that you've got a 90% hit rate. Everyone else is 40%, 50%. And so long as we can track you back far enough, we can use you as a signatory. We need someone who can claim that title, sign a piece of paper, and claim a consulting fee. That's all we're asking you to do. He'll pay you £10,000.
I will.
Say yes.
She just needs to become a lady, sign Alex's Baron application, and earn a whopping £10,000 as a fee. But first, she needs to own a piece of local land. That's where Justin and Colin come in.
This is Claire, the wonderful Claire. Soon to be called Lady Claire, I think.
Exactly.
We own about, I think, 183 or 184 acres. We decided to give away a small portion that doesn't actually detract from the rest of our policies, so it seems to be a good situation for all of us.
Yeah, but it's still a valuable piece of land,
yes, of course it
in
is.
that it is titled.
I'm going to basically sell you their land, so that land belongs to you. The minimum fee for the parcel of land is £2,000, which you pay to Colin and Justin. And I will then issue you with the title. Okay, I'm going to give you the certificate. And from that moment, you are then going to sign something for him, and he will then pay you.
She'll have to fork out £2,000, but she'll get 10 in return. And she'll be a proper blue-blooded lady.
We really need people to act quickly. Okay? So if you're willing to act quickly, then there is a cheque for £10,000 with your name on it.
Shall we give you a little bit of time to think about it?
The mark isn't sure, so Paul, Justin and Colin offer to take her to look at the plot of land.
Use one of our cars outside.
Okay, let me get the keys from your guy.
It's a 10-minute drive up a winding road. And it's not the most attractive plot of land in the area.
So it's a little inaccessible. I think it's important that you understand, you're not buying development land, that it is literally it's going to be a piece of you in the middle of Scotland, but that's it. What I have to do is I have to ask you if you would be willing to consider it and complete today. How do you feel about it at the moment?
She's still not convinced. Sensing that the mark is slipping away from them, Paul offers to sweeten the deal.
What if we paid you cash tonight? We have to legally witness a transaction.
Yeah, that would make a difference.
If we did it with cash.
She'll get her reward in cash tonight.
Why don't I organise a driver? I know that one of Ian's guys is available.
The mark goes off to think about the offer. Paul arranges for her to be taken to a nearby bank, just in case she decides to withdraw some money.
Your lady's here?
Your lady, yeah, well done.
When hustlers go out, they don't bring money, they bring prop bets. The proposition bet only has one rule, and that's that the hustler always wins. Polly is out on the town with some new friends, and she knows hustlers never buy their own drinks.
I've got a challenge for you, okay? It's using these 3 straws. Okay, so the challenge is you've got to pick them up just using this one straw. Oh, and you can't do anything to the straw, so you can't bend it, you can't change anything about the straw.
I was just going to hook it.
Yeah, you just got to...
I can't hook it or anything.
No, you've got to keep it straight.
Right, okay.
Okay? If you can do it, I'll buy you a drink.
All
If you
right.
can't do it, you can buy me a drink.
Okay.
Yeah? Are we on? Yeah? Deal. Yeah?
So, there's one straw propping up 2 joined straws. To win a drink, Polly's friend needs to lift all 3 of them using a 4th straw. It's a tricky one.
Good luck.
Okay, go for the simple one first then.
Yeah. Oh, good attempt, right? That's really good. Let's try it again.
Any ideas? You could try like sucking.
You can do.
Suck really, really hard.
Yeah, go on, give it a whirl.
Right, okay.
1. Oh! That was pretty close. Right.
Total fraud in it.
So do you give up?
I do.
If I can pick these 3 straws up with that one straw, you'll buy me a drink. A large one?
I will. A large, there you go.
Okay, I'll show you. Ready?
Show us how it's done.
Whee!
Polly collapses the straws, causing them all to rest on the one she's holding. Then she just lifts, and the whole structure is interlocked together. Now she just needs a drink for all those straws.
Mine's a martini. Off you go. Fantastic.
A leafy suburb on a quiet weekday morning. Could this be Jazz moonlighting as a courier?
Are you expecting a parcel today at all?
No, unless my wife's ordered something.
I've only got a postcode on it, which is really annoying, means I have to knock on all the doors.
Looks like he's trying to deliver a package.
Mr. Ahmed?
No, Manfred Uni.
How do you spell McCartney? Is that J-E-A-N?
Unfortunately, he's having trouble reading the address label.
Oh, no, yeah, it's not this place. Yeah, sorry, mate, I'll try another one. Is anyone else who may live in the house? All right, no worries, it's one of these. Thank you. Well, have a nice day.
This is robbing the hood. A little later in the day, Polly and Jess arrive in a taxi. They look like they've just come back from an exotic holiday.
We'll be right back.
The tanned hustlers jump out of the cab and head towards a nearby house.
I'll ring the doorbell. Hi there, sorry to disturb you.
We're staying with Kieran round the corner. We've just come back off holiday, he's not in. And he was meant to pay for our cab for us because we've only got Thai bar on us right now. So he's just told us to go and knock on a neighbour's door to see if
we could borrow some money. And then he's coming back in 20 minutes.
And we're really stuck, and the driver's getting a little bit
mad.
Yeah.
He does look like the miserable type.
Is there any way you could help us out? It's 30 quid for the taxi, and Kieran will be back in 20 minutes.
He'll be
and he'll
back
come
so
straight
soon.
round.
So the girls are staying with a friend who was going to pay for their taxi, but he isn't in. Will this neighbour help them out of this sticky situation?
Who is it?
Kieran.
From 116.
I don't know if I've got 30 quid on it, so I'll see what I've got back.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
The Mark goes inside to see how much cash he has in the house.
I've only got a fiver. Is that any good to you?
£5. That won't cover much of a taxi ride.
Maybe.
Fiver.
Could I try that one, see if he'll maybe kind of lay off a little bit? That's great. I mean, it's 30. Let's see what he does.
But the hustlers take what they can get.
Thank you very much.
Just
Thank you.
tell him.
Got a fiver for you, sir. Let's go.
Their next mark is just a quick drive round the corner.
Let's go to the next house.
Next one, please, Paul.
Next one
It
now,
may
Paul.
take a bit longer than we thought.
This scam only works because the girls were able to give the name of a real neighbour. So how exactly did they do that? It was thanks to Jazz and his little fishing expedition this morning.
Hey, let me check.
He just needed the first name of someone living on the street and their house number.
Yeah, sorry, mate, I'll try another one.
Once he'd established the information, he walked around the corner and passed the details on to the rest of the hustlers waiting in the cab.
Right, is this Kieran? Yeah, Gene. His name's Johnny. All right, cool, good luck.
It took just a few names from each street to be able to knock on as many doors in the area as possible. Who could possibly say no to these damsels in distress?
Hiya, sorry to bother you.
Where did you stay?
Number 9.
Number 9 with
Yeah,
Johnny.
just down there.
And he's just called up and just said just to go around one of his neighbours.
You just came for the airport.
Yeah. And we've got no money. We've only got Thai
He was
bar.
meant to pay for us.
I haven't even been to the hole in the wall. 2 quid or something's all I've got.
2 quid.
No. We owe him 30.
That's what I said, I've got a quid.
This guy goes to check if he's got any cash in the car.
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
No, okay.
Oh no. Could I maybe take the £2 and bring it round to you later?
2 quid.
2 quid. That'll barely buy the cabbie a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Thank you anyway.
Each hit only takes a couple of minutes, and in a morning's hustling, the figures soon add up. Some of the hustlers' marks are a little more generous.
Oh,
Hiya, sorry to interrupt your day.
Staying at 109 with Karen just around
Derek,
the corner
yeah.
and Derek. We've just come back from Thailand. They were meant to pay for our cab for us because we've only got bar.
Can we borrow it? Is that all right? Oh, you are
thank
a superstar.
You. Woo. Oh. We're coming now. At 30.
Sorry, just
Thank you so
very
much.
grumpy.
Oh, thank you for bringing the change.
Thank
you
in
so
10
much.
minutes. Oh, thank you.
The mark actually hands over £40, even though the hustlers only asked for 30. Now that's more like it. It's back to the cab and onwards.
Yeah, then.
Good.
Nice. I don't forget the meter's on, so...
Looked as if they'd their holiday hats on. They was going to stay with Karen next door. Taxis involved, obviously, as well. I know, to my wife wouldn't have done it. I just trust everybody. I think they asked for 30, and me being me, gave them 40.
This is a scam that happened to a friend of ours who knew nothing about it until their neighbour came looking for their money. It really illustrates the power of a name and why you should be careful who you give your name to.
It's very simple to protect yourself from this type of scam. Never give money to anyone who shows up on your doorstep, no matter what kind of story they give you. Just send them on their way and close the door.
Earlier today, TV presenters Justin and Colin helped persuade a Mark that her background allows her to claim the title of lady.
We decided to give away a small portion that doesn't actually detract from the rest of our policies, so...
She would simply need to buy a small plot of land owned by the guest hustlers.
For the parcel of land is £2,000.
Her title would allow her to sign a legal document for Alex to claim another title, Baron of the Estate, for which he's willing to pay her a £10,000 fee.
So if you're willing to act quickly, then there is a cheque for £10,000 with your name on it.
In The Phony Title, Part 2. The hustlers have provided a car to take the Mark and her friend to the local town centre, just in case she needs to go to the bank. She returns to the estate, but has she decided to go for the deal? And more importantly, does she have the money?
How are you?
Have a seat again.
Have a seat, please.
They reassemble in Alex's drawing room. The Mark still doesn't look too sure.
Well, the good news is you have the cash here, which
Yes,
is...
I do.
I'm sorry to drop that on you.
Yeah, but that's fine. We keep enough cash to go around.
Time for the big question.
So, are you happy to complete? Great. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. First of all, we need to count your money, unfortunately.
I've got the envelope somewhere.
And there's the money. The Mark hands over £2,000 in cash for a tiny piece of land.
Yeah, let me do this up here.
And we'll hand that over to you.
Do I take my commission out of this? Or...
Paul counts out the cash. You can never be too careful. It all goes into an envelope.
There
you go.
Oh, right.
Which Alex then hands to Justin. After all, it's his land.
Land money.
Fantastic. Stick that in your pocket.
So you guys...
print your full name here.
Colin signs over the property deeds. Job done, Justin and Colin are about to head off and leave the Mark to finish off her deal with Alex. But Justin is worried about carrying around all that money.
I just don't fancy walking into Sterling with all this.
Sterling now?
Yeah,
I'll put it in the same.
Okay, I'll give you this back. You don't mind that shit. I've got it stuck in my pocket.
Alex takes the envelope back.
Carry that around the city, if that's okay with you.
Just leave that.
I'm going to leave that, Colin, but I don't fancy carrying that around the city all day.
You'll leave this with me and I'll put it in the safe.
Okay, fine.
There's also a land certificate that goes with it that identifies
Right,
exactly
so
what
chaps,
the plot
Look,
is.
is this it?
That's it, that's your little lump there.
But now for the important business of the day.
Just print your name here, sign here, and then print again right there.
This lady has just become the lady of two.
I'm going to pop open that bottle.
Do you want us to bring some more back? I'll bring another couple of bottles back if you like.
Bring a case up.
Yeah, I'll bring another couple of bottles. I'll bring a couple of bottles, don't push it.
Right, I'll see these gentlemen off.
Yeah, okay.
Excellent. Well, that's
We'll see you shortly. Take care.
Excellent, your ladyship.
Your lady, yeah, well done.
Yeah, indeed.
See you in a bit.
Okay.
Catch you later.
So,
See you in a little bit
use the
later.
All right,
owner
Mark,
of this piece of land, which is good. You are now the lady here too. I will keep
Now that she's entitled to sponsor Alex's own bid for a title, he keeps up his end of the bargain by paying her the fee, £10,000. Only he's a little bit short.
Okay, I've got to get 5 more from the safe and I'll put this in a little bag for you so it's not going everywhere.
Alex goes off to his safe for more money, leaving Paul to countersign the title deed.
The only thing is I don't really want to do it with this pen. Do you have a nice pen? Do you have like a fountain pen or anything like that? Let me run off to the office and get you one. Right, let me...
Paul goes to get some more appropriate stationery. But he won't be coming back. This is the getaway. Everyone else is already on their way out and into the cars. And before the Mark realises what's happening, The hustlers are gone. But what about the money that's still lying on the seat? Here's what the mark didn't see. Justin wasn't really worried about carrying around the money. The hustlers made a big show of giving him the envelope of cash so he could write something on the front of it.
Land money.
That was because they prepared an identical-looking envelope moments earlier.
You need to write something on this envelope.
Land money for
Land money.
Stick it in your pocket.
The cash went into Justin's pocket.
I still fancy walking into Sterling with
Are
all
you going
this.
to Sterling now?
Yeah.
But it was the duplicate envelope that came back out.
Certificate goes with it, identified.
And that's full of worthless newspaper. So is the mark's 10 grand fee. It's just rolls of newspaper wrapped in £20 notes. It's all as phony as that piece of land, which she doesn't own, and her title of lady, which was invented by the hustlers. Before long, the mark realises something isn't right.
Excuse me, you're practically booked this room till 3, so it's just to give you a little warning that I'm going to be locking up soon, okay? I'll let you know.
And then the penny drops when she's told the place was only hired for the day. By the time they get outside, the hustlers are nowhere to be seen.
It's been an interesting little journey to see how easy it would be to take advantage of somebody and to take somebody's money, to scam them. And that is precisely what we demonstrated.
I suppose that's the thing, you know, there are people out there who really do the real hustle.
There are a number of companies that offer to make you a lord or a lady by buying a piece of land. In this case, the offer seems too good to be true. Not only does the mark receive their fancy title, but they're also offered a large sum of money for their troubles.
If you're going to enter into a transaction to acquire a piece of land, use a solicitor, use somebody who's going to protect you and look after your rights and tell you if what you're doing is the right and sensible thing to do. Don't part with money in these circumstances to help someone who's probably a complete stranger to you.
This is The Real Hustle New Recruits. The hustlers are back, and this time they've brought in 2 new faces to help them with their scams. New recruits Polly and Jazz. Join original hustlers Paul, Jess and Alex. Working together as a team, they'll carry out scams that are more cunning and devious than ever before. On tonight's show, can Adele Silva and the hustlers really sell this guy the 4th Railway Bridge?
I don't know who you guys are, I don't know these girls, so I can't do it.
And Alex challenges someone that's a bit too smart.
Right, you're fired, thank you.
The marks in this show have no idea they're being hustled. They agreed the footage could be shown so that you can avoid falling for the same scams. The hustlers have invited celebrity friends to help them with their scams. They'll be thrown in at the deep end. No training and no practice, just straight in. Today's celebrity guest hustler is an actress who's appeared in Emmerdale, EastEnders and Hell's Kitchen, Adele Silva.
I really haven't got a clue what to expect. I'm actually quite nervous. I keep expecting like something to pop out, or like an explosion or something. How am I going to feel about taking someone's money? Oh, I don't know. I don't like that. But I suppose we give it back to them in the end, so it's not too bad.
Adele knows nothing about today's scam. She's just been told to take a short walk along a pier.
Nice to meet
Paul,
you.
how are you?
Good.
So, why do you think you're here?
I haven't got a clue.
Well, it's a little history lesson. There's a con man called Count Victor Lustig. About 100 years ago, he sold the Eiffel Tower to 6 businessmen for scrap. He was actually copying a scam by a guy called George C. Parker. He was the first guy to sell the Brooklyn Bridge. So, any guesses why we're here?
We're going to try and sell that?
We're going to sell that. Not all of it, we'll just sell a little piece.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
How much do you think we can get for $2 grand?
I don't know.
About this much.
Adele will play an essential role in one of the hustlers' biggest scams, in A Bridge Too Far. It's a beautiful sunny day on the waterfront, but it's going to turn more gloomy, especially for this guy who's about to become the mark. He enters a bar near the Forth Railway Bridge. Unfortunately, he chooses a seat that's within scamming range of a hustler.
Hello? I was just texting you. Are you nearly here? Excuse me? Do you know what this road's called?
Edinburgh Road, I think.
Edinburgh Road. I think it's Edinburgh Road. Are you nearly here? All right then, hun. Bye, bye. Do you live round here?
Ayrshire.
Where?
Ayrshire.
Ayrshire.
Yeah, Ayrshire.
It's your accent, sorry. Come and sit here so I can speak to you. My friend's a little bit late, so I need someone to talk to anyway.
That's a bit more cosy. The ice is broken and Jess pumps the mark for some local knowledge.
Basically, I'm investing in some of the bridge, some of the Forth Bridge. So is it quite a popular bridge there?
It's iconic, yeah.
Is it? I'm buying like, I don't really know, I'm having a meeting later, buying like part of it. Like, yeah, like investing in it. So I said, well, I want to obviously come up and see it.
It's time for Adele to make her entrance, to apply a double charm offensive.
Yeah.
It's a wee bit chilly along that front.
Hello. Did you find your sharpener?
I did, you're right.
Yes, good, thanks. How are you? I'm just finding out. It's my cousin Katie. So what are your names?
I'm Scott.
Scott. Scott, Matt, Katie, Susie. I was telling them about the bridge, yeah, because we're both doing it actually. And yeah, it's just really exciting because I don't really know much about the bridge. Where was it? Where was that? Oh, what was that? What's it?
Oh, it was in that thing, like the little prospectus. The hotel had it,
like
in
a
that
newspaper?
paper, yeah.
Adele's job is to bring up an article in the local paper that will explain the event the girls are here to attend.
What's your local paper?
Do you want something more?
Like a, not like a Star, the Gazette.
Yeah.
Do you have a Star? Right. Oh, thank you.
There one up there.
What road?
Being a true gent, the mark tries to track down today's paper. He's in luck. There's a copy on the bar.
Oh, here we go.
Thank you. Is there a supplement in there? This is the bridge thing that we're talking about. Yeah. Where is it?
Sure enough, in the supplement, there's an article all about the Forth Bridge and its exclusive owners club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that authentic-looking article isn't all that it seems.
Would you two like a drink?
Because whilst Jess was chatting up the mark, it was time for a bit of jazz. He planted the supplement in a copy of the paper whilst all the attention was on his fellow hustlers. An article in a local paper is a powerful convincer, even if it's completely faked by the hustlers. Whilst Jess gets the drinks in, Adele explains more about the Forth Bridge Owners Club.
Susie's mum and dad were approached about it, but you have to be invited. So it's quite exclusive. And you get like a plaque and like...
So Adele and Jess have been selected to become bridge owners. They're here for a boat trip to find out more. Before they've even finished their drinks, here comes the man from the Bridge Trust to pick up the girls. it's Alex.
Susie?
Hello. Yes.
And Katie?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. You right,
Hello,
love?
you good?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Good. Now these, these your guests as well?
We're just having a drink, this maybe.
I thought you were your guests that you brought up.
What are you two doing this afternoon?
Not much, to be honest.
Fancy a champagne
Would you like to come? My parents actually dropped out. If you want to come.
We're going to have a drink at the by the pier, a little bite to eat, and then we'll pop on the boat.
I'm walking Jess as I am, to be honest.
That's how you're absolutely fine.
We just drink up?
Yeah. Right, I think we're ready to go. Excellent.
A boat trip and a free champagne lunch with two beautiful girls. How could he possibly say no? Alex leads the Mark and the girls out of the hotel to a waiting car to chauffeur them for their afternoon of excitement. This guy can't believe his luck. They arrive at a restaurant to be met by Polly, who introduces them to Rob Marks, head of the Forth Bridge Trust.
Hi. How are you? I'm Rob. Nice to meet you. And you're Susie. Katie.
Paul welcomes his unexpected guests.
I'm Scott, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Rob, how are you? Come have a seat.
But sadly, no one is going out to sea today.
Well, so I have to start with some bad news. The boat journey just can't happen today.
Oh, it's definitely not happening.
Yeah. I have to tell you, from my point of view, I have the worst sea legs of anybody you've ever met. The only thing worse is if I get in a helicopter.
Shame, but they can still enjoy a meal with the ladies. But first, Paul wants to tell them more about how the bridge ownership works.
I know you know a little bit about it, but just so that you fully understand what you're getting into. There's an ancient deed on this property. You couldn't have one owner. And so one of the benefits of that is that we basically have ownership of the bridge split between multiple people. Obviously, there's a large ownership which maintains the bridge.
So the bridge is divided into lots of small sections, each one being owned by a different individual. And every one of them earns an annual income from railway tolls.
The dividends that you get paid are usually in excess of £3,000 per year.
So you made it back within a year?
Within a year. But because you're joining us now, and because the dividend is paid regardless of how long you've been in the programme, you get it next month.
Oh my God.
Now,
even though Adele and Jess are only just buying in for £2,000 each, they'll still receive this year's dividend of £3,000.
you make £1,000, but you got to remember that this is for your life. Okay, you can't transfer it. Okay, when you die, it gets passed on, we sell it to someone else.
But the club comes with very strict rules.
And how long have you known each other?
We're cousins.
So you're related?
Yeah. Why? Is that a problem?
It's a little bit of a problem. You can't have two members of the same family, direct family.
We're cousins though, we're not. It's not
Well, it doesn't.
immediate.
Technically, that would mean that only one of you can purchase.
Oh no.
I'm going to make a phone call.
Okay.
Could you explain everything for me, please?
I will do.
Paul leaves Alex to explain the problem.
The problem we have here is that there are very strict rules. It's only owned by individuals. So you being related is a major problem. So between you, you have to decide who would buy, because only one of you can buy.
Only one of the cousins will be able to invest today. The other is disqualified.
The other problem that we have is that we have a press call in about an hour. They're going to photograph the two new buyers. We cannot stand up in front of them and say, well, we've only got one.
Can we not just pretend?
No. We're talking about the national press here. We cannot just pretend.
The trust can't just sell the one section today. It has to be both available sections or the deal is off. It's a disaster.
I need for you to find or to come up with somebody to buy that second segment on the bridge.
With anyone.
Well, you know, I'm going to go out and just have a word right now. So listen, I'm going to let you think about it for a second. Give me 2 minutes and I'll come back. Gentlemen, apologies.
The girls will only be able to salvage the deal if they can find someone to buy the other section.
I don't know what to do.
You know anyone at all in Scotland?
No, absolutely no one. Oh my heart's going da 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 da.
You cannot phone your dad and ask him. He's got a friend.
He doesn't know anyone up here.
Really?
No, I
About yourself?
know. No. You don't know anyone? What about you? Honestly, because if we can't get someone, this won't even happen for us.
I couldn't want to do it, to be honest.
He's not remotely interested. This scam is going nowhere. Paul and Alex return to ramp up the pressure.
Don't know anyone in Scotland. Apart from these two that we just met.
No offence to you, it's not feasible unless when you live in Edinburgh.
It's all or nothing as Paul gives the hard sell.
Because from your point of view, if you were to take this up today, it pays off for the rest of your life. If you can get a hold of the money today and be there tonight, then we'll sign the whole thing over to you. That bridge will have your name on it next month.
Can I make a phone call?
Absolutely.
The Mark goes outside to phone a family member for advice. The chance to make £3,000 a year for life for just £2,000 is surely too good to pass up. The Mark has made his decision.
Right, I'm going to be totally honest here.
Good.
And say that I've pretty much walked into this today.
Yeah.
I don't know who you guys are.
And we don't know who you are.
I don't know these girls, so
Yeah.
I can't do it. I'm afraid.
Well, I understand that.
I'm sorry.
I understand
I don't know any. I don't know anything.
This
about
is, I mean, listen, if it was possible for you to do it, it would have been a real drop in the ocean for us, to be honest with you.
So that's that. They say their goodbyes. The hustlers tell the Mark about the new investors meeting later, in case he changes his mind. But right now, it's Mark 1, Hustlers 0. When hustlers go out, they don't bring money, they bring prop bets. The proposition bet only has one rule, and that's that the hustler always wins. Polly is out on the town, and she's not planning to buy the drinks.
So basically, I've got a challenge for you. Okay. I want you to try and get that 5p from under the glass without touching the glass or even pushing it over or moving the glass at all.
Okay.
Okay, if you can do it, I'll buy each one of you a drink.
Right, okay.
If you can't, you've got to buy me a drink.
Okay.
So you up for the challenge?
Yeah.
Yeah?
So, there are two 2p coins supporting a glass. Polly's friends need to remove the 5p piece lying right in the middle. But there's no moving and no touching. No chance.
Can't touch glass, I can't knock it over.
Yeah.
That's possible. I think you take the
I'm doing really
Do you want to give it a whirl?
Okay.
Try and get that 5p out. You moved the glass.
I have no idea.
No idea what we've been.
Just go crazy.
Just go crazy.
Glass is moving.
Okay, the glass is moving. I have
Another
no
go?
idea. I'm afraid.
So do you give up?
Give up.
Yeah,
Give
this
up?
is going to be
Okay, so if I can get that 5p out from under the glass, start moving the glass and knocking it over, you're going to buy me a drink, yeah?
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Okay. Here we go.
That's close.
5p's out.
The secret is in the napkin. Polly scratches the fabric near the glass. This makes the 5p coin move about and limbo dance its way to freedom. And that means one free drink.
Drinks on us.
Yeah, I'll have a gin and tonic, please, boys.
Earlier today, Adele Silva and Jess convinced this Mark that a section of the 4th Railway Bridge is for sale.
Yeah, I was telling him about the bridge, yeah, because we're both doing it actually.
The hustlers did everything they could to convince him to invest.
What about you?
We'll sign the whole thing over to you. That bridge will have your name on it.
But he was too suspicious.
I don't know who you guys are.
And we don't know who you are.
I don't know these girls, so
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Could this scam already be over? In A Bridge Too Far, Part 2. It's several hours after the lunch meeting, and the hustlers are waiting patiently in a function room of the waterfront hotel. Alex and Paul have got suitably dressed for this auspicious occasion. But it could all be for nothing without a mark. Against all odds, the mark and his friend have returned. But that doesn't mean he'll have changed his mind about investing in the bridge. Polly is waiting for them in reception and leads them upstairs to the meeting room.
Yeah, everyone's up here.
We send you a copy. Ah, gentlemen, come in. You have dressed for the occasion. Come in, have a seat.
Hi, Scott. How are you? You're still nervous,
Can
aren't
we-
you? Have a seat. Have a seat.
Have a seat.
By the look on the mark's face, he's still not sure the deal is genuine.
See, if it's true, then I'm like, yes, this is a great thing to think about. But if it's false, then I'm really.
Well, look, we've got all night to talk about it. Okay. What we need to do is we need to do this part first.
But I can't hold the press much longer, so I think we've got about 10, 15 minutes, and that gives us enough time to do the paperwork. They're all being held in a conference room next door.
So there's a room full of press waiting to photograph the new owners of the bridge. The pressure is making the mark feel even more uncomfortable.
You understand where I'm coming from, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen,
Here's
we
what we're gonna
totally
do.
understand, and we also totally appreciate your time and also your consideration right now, because we totally understand that this has been sprung on you.
Let's have a nice evening. Let's put your money in the safe. You're gonna
fine.
meet some interesting people tonight. And they're gonna.
Adele does her part by handing over £2,000 in cash. She's the other investor in the bridge today. Alex counts out the cash, making sure the mark gets a good look.
There are two sections available here. There's section number 583 and there's section number 347.
Obviously, the lady has the choice.
Okay. 347 or 583?
347, yeah.
347.
Adele signs the title deeds, and Alex shows her a photograph of her very own piece of the Forth Bridge.
This is for you to keep now. That's the actual section that you have.
Is it?
Yeah. It's actually
Do
on
you
the
actually know?
on the third part over there. So you have 583. That is actually going to go up on the bridge with your name here in the centre.
Seeing the shiny plaque brings home to the mark what he could soon own. Paul seizes on the moment to put on the pressure.
Basically what this says is it states that you've purchased the rights to this deed for the period of your lifetime.
But will the mark go for it?
That's it.
Yep.
Bingo! Despite all his misgivings, the mark gets out £2,000 in crisp Scottish banknotes.
If I could ask you to...
Alex counts out the cash as the mark signs the paperwork. He's now the proud owner of section 583 of the Forth Railway Bridge. Now, for the press conference. The mark wasn't expecting to have his photograph taken, so Polly suggests a wardrobe change.
I'm going to get you a jacket, is that okay? Just so you look a little...
Of course,
Rob, we really must go. We really must.
You guys wait here, I'm going to go and get your jackets.
Well, okay, right.
We'll do the ladies first, but you obviously need to be in the picture as you're the big boss.
Okay.
Alex is keen to take Adele to meet the press first.
Just going to start the
All right, ladies, if you let me do the talking, and are you good? All right, who's here? Hello there, how are you? Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, there we are.
The mark can hear the noisy press pack outside. But he's still not sure about what's just happened. After all, he's just handed £2,000 to people he's only just met.
Mate, I'll kiss you to see if it's true. I'll kiss you. I will. Right, what have you got?
Here we go, you're going to look nice and smart. I'll just put them here for you.
Polly returns with the smart jackets. She leaves the mark and his mates to spruce themselves up.
Try them on for size, I'll be back in 2 secs.
Before long, the mark is getting anxious.
Why the f*** Dude, this is weird.
You're going to walk out there and just go to the press and just take the pictures and...
He can't take it any longer and heads off to find the hustlers and all those journalists. They can hear the press scrum, but bizarrely, there's nobody there. There are no journalists, and the hustlers are long gone. The mark's been left $2,000 out of pocket, and all he has to show for it is a sick feeling in his stomach and a second-hand jacket. Here's what the mark didn't see. Jazz was waiting on the stairs outside the meeting room for his cue. As soon as Paul led the girls out, he pressed play on a tape deck with press noises the hustlers had recorded themselves.
Just look right here, thank you.
A couple of flashes from Jazz's camera completed the illusion, and the tape was left running as the hustlers made their getaway. And of course, all those certificates and plaques were just knocked up by the hustlers to make the Forth Bridge Trust seem believable.
I was suspicious the whole time. I was, to be honest. I'm quite gutted that I didn't stick to my gut instinct, to be honest. These guys disappear into the night and you never see them ever again.
Oh, it went really well, but I just felt so sorry for him. Obviously, the part of me is thinking, come on, for the show, but then the other part of me is thinking, like, no, don't. So I kind of have come out of it with mixed feelings, thinking, oh, I feel really sorry for him.
Offering somebody a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity is a very effective way to hook a mark. Who wouldn't want to own a piece of an iconic landmark and receive a guaranteed income from it for the rest of their lives?
You should never feel pressured into investing money before you've had a chance to check out who you're dealing with and what you're buying. If the offer is genuine, then the sellers won't mind waiting for you to do your research. And this could save you a whole lot of grief and money.
So that's another series of back-breaking scamming completed.
Okay, whoa. Go.
After all that hard work, the hustlers deserve to put their feet up.
Alex, you've got lovely legs there.
Because if they don't get their rest, things start going wrong. Simple things, like opening doors.
Awesome. Fabulous world of television. Nothing is perfect.
Can you hear me?
Opening shirts.
Can you help me undo this? Yeah. Right.
Or closing the lift doors during a high-speed getaway. Jess pushes close. Jess pushes open. Alex pushes close. Jess pushes open. Alex pushes open. Jess holds open. And finally, even hustlers lose their way.
Do you know where Piccadilly Circus is?
Yeah, it's about 600 miles south of here.
Oh, okay, I'll start walking. I'm looking for Colton Road.
Colton Road?
Yeah.
And sometimes, even the most nimble fingers get caught.
Is it? Well, I'm trying to... I mean, we're here, aren't we?
Sorry, don't even bother me.
Polly and Jazz are the new recruits. Nothing if not stylish and slick.
What I need to do is to transfer all that data onto this USB stick. The nails look nice, by the way.
That was smooth.
Guys, ready when you are.
Pop the stick in.
Pop the stick in. Okay, give me 1 sec. This is quite a little fiddly little...
Oh my God.
It's like a fish.
His hands are so sweaty.
Polly also has a tiny hustling dog.
Right, they're going to be here in 2 seconds, okay?
Okay. Are you ready, Coco, to do your acting role? Are you ready, gorgeous?
The hustlers are happy to work with animals, children, and celebrities. The celeb guests are the very essence of sophistication. Each celebrity has their own tactics coming on the show. Joe Swash, for example, came with an open mind.
I haven't got any strategy. I haven't got any strategy.
You got a plan? I haven't got any plans for today, no.
Yeah, I think I've done some blags in my day. Got extras here.
When it comes to handing out hustling advice, it's probably best to leave it to the professionals.
This scam works because people tie camera, they don't tie them, they hang them.
When the mark then goes over to help Polly, he feels obliged to return
This scam works because people hang a camera around their neck and forget about it.
Favour?
This is forget about it. They forget about it.
This is a scam that happened to a friend of ours who knew nothing. Start again. I'd run out of air.
Just shut the door and just shut the door. Just shut the door, send them on their way, and then say, open the door, say, go, then shut it.
And sometimes even the hustlers are outsmarted.
You've got to get the coins to switch places without the bottle falling over, and you can't touch the bottle. That's very good. A round of drinks for Katie. Right, you're fired. Thank you.
The hustlers will be back. But for now, if you want to know more about how the show is made, go to bbc.co.uk/realhustle.